Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Teri Hunter. I'm an intuitive astrologer, and I'm here today to talk about the new moon in Sagittarius that's happening on December 12th, 2023 at 3:32 p.m. Pacific time. If you are somewhere else in the world, you can find the exact time of the new moon if you go to any one of the astrology sites. This new moon is the second of 5 new moons that will take place at the 20th degree. And I think this is significant because in the year 2023, we saw a series of new moons at the Cancerian degree, where we were learning how to connect with our intuition, how to self-care versus nurturing others to the point of being out of balance. And during this time of the year, the end of fall, we're really harvesting our knowledge. And the 20th degree of any sign is the Scorpion degree. So we'll have a Scorpion flare, hue, a remnants of it. And so when we look at the sign of Scorpio, we're looking at, how we deal with people and their money, or how other people's money has power over us. We're looking at where we experience death and rebirth, where we experience sex, where we experience criminal behavior. But for me, Teri, as an intuitive astrologer, the most powerful thing about the scorpionic energy is its deep psychological awareness. That's how it can be very controlling and powerful, because it knows where and how to push your buttons. It can be very maniacal, actually. But in this case, and in many cases, when we're willing to see our own divinity within a disruption and, seek our co-creation for our benefit, this can be extremely transformational. And this is why Scorpio and Pluto transformed has some of the richest and fullest experiences that we can have within the human dynamic, the most intimate sexual relationships, the most material resources for ourselves to feel comfort, a sense of power and control within our own co-creation, which comes from our perception. So here's a new moon in the sign of our beliefs. It rules our religious beliefs. It rules foreign ideas, foreign places, foreign travel. It rules business and commerce and publishing and branding. It rules the connection to the angelic realm. And I think this is very powerful, because here we are with all this information that we've garnished over the last few years through this sort of roller coaster ride called the human journey. And here we are having an opportunity to really plant new seeds in the dark of night. The new moon is where the sun and the moon come together in the darkest phase of the moon. So it's really about faith. And here, what does Sagittarius rule? It rules faith. And we see, while it's a loose conjunction, Mars is here at 13 degrees in Sagittarius. So this, to me, is close enough for me to be aware that I'm either going to live in my resentments and be pissed off and angry, or I'm going to be willing to shift my beliefs and sort of put things where they are. There's certain things in life that we can't recreate them, so trying to figure out why they happen sort of defeats our purpose moving forward, or our ability to move forward. So let's click on this moon now and see what kind of aspects it's making, because we have a square to Neptune. Now, Neptune was retrograde and went direct on the 6th of December. And it's been at this 24th degree, which is the Piscean degree. And in the energy of Pisces, I can either escape, or I can transform things and find their spiritual wisdom. And this is where all this square becomes tense, because part of me may want to escape, may not want to see, whatever, challenges that have been in my path. I may not want to see how they were actually sharpening the tool that is me, the bravery that I can display. Mars right here. This is such a human fork in the road, because the human could want to just be like, I'm so tired of adulting. I'm so tired of my challenges. And yet the spiritual side of yourself will say, as you turn your focus to your joy as you go somewhere emotionally in a foreign place of faith, that, not looking at every nook and cranny in the road, but like, are my thoughts serving my own happiness? Are my thoughts giving me a sense of peace? Am I chewing on something that maybe I can't really do anything about? And I mean that because without cooperation, there cannot always be resolution unless we give ourselves permission to resolve something within. So here is, I'm already clicked on it, silly me. I want to point out this trine. The North Node is here in Aries, and this is Eris. She's Mars's little sister. We see Mars over here coming up on this energy very quickly. And Mars is not in bad energy, by the way, in a fire sign. Very natural, very comfortable, willing to adventure, willing to pioneer, willing to plant new seeds for a new way of thinking, a new way of perceiving my life. Because the North Node in this favorable trine is saying what it is about you. It's about what are your desires, because when you're allowing for your happiness rather than maybe looking back at where you've been, this gives you an opportunity to invite others to join you. And Eris is here in Aries, and she's going to be here for a little bit longer before she moves into Taurus in 2024. She's willing to stand up for herself. She will stand up for what she believes in. She's very much sort of a scrapper, a little bit of a street fighter, kind of in your face energy, but she really means it from a loving place. It's sort of, she's just sort of predisposed to have everybody oppose her. And now we see she's at the 24th degree. So that 24th degree is, again, the Piscean degree that is offering me an opportunity to transform my human experience into divine disruption that then serves the awareness of my soul living a human experience. Okay, so we also see this square and a half to Jupiter, and Jupiter is retrograde. So this Jupiter represents wealth as well as our belief system and the branding, marketing, all the things I referenced earlier. And I feel like this is sort of in Taurus, there may be just a wee bit of energy that says, oh, I think I would like a little evidence, a little evidence that what I perceive, what I'm putting in the dark of night, my faith in what I want to build. Oh, I really want to know that it's possible. I really want some evidence. And we see this quincunx from the new moon to Uranus. And I feel like this is like Uranus is going, you have to trust your inner gut. That's where the balance lies. That you can't see where you're going. That's what a quincunx is to me. It's like going around a bend when you're driving on a mountain road and you can kind of feel it, but you can't see it. And there's this weird energy of, am I on the right side of the road? Is everything safe? But there's a certain amount of trusting your skills that you'll be able to maneuver whatever's ahead. That's how I want to perceive it. And then this new moon is making a sextile to the South Node that's been transiting through Libra. So this is like sort of an opportunity to see that your own self-care, your own willingness to put yourself as a priority, your emotional body as a priority. Does this make me feel good, or do I take actions on obligations? And if I go into a foreign land in my own emotional body and decide I matter more than what other people think about me, then how will that change my experience? And I think the South Node here is saying this is a point where you could look at this as eroding something, or you can look at it as allowing your ego to step aside, the ego meaning edging God out, and then allowing a divine experience that sees balance come in a way that you could not in your human mind have perceived it. So I think this is really kind of where we're getting into the nooks and crannies of this particular new moon. Now, if we think about, we just had a new moon in Scorpio at 20 degrees. So that was the scorpionic energy 2 times, asking me to look deeply into where do I let myself stop? Where do I don't believe in myself? Where do I think I'm not enough? And this new moon is saying, all right, let's plant the seeds for, you know what, I am exactly enough. And I will find my natural tribe, my natural connections, my natural alignment. And as I'm brave enough in my energy to focus on that, and not so much try to push, but these three arrows, if you look up, they're all heading up, looking up to something that I haven't experienced before. There's so much opportunity ahead. Then we're going to see, in January, we're going to see a new moon at 20 degrees in Capricorn, an opportunity to start to put some material structure into these things that we've been being aware of. I'm very cautious about using words of higher ground and ascension and evolution, because I kind of think of everything as a spiral. And wherever your focus is where we start to connect the law of attraction that brings those emotions into our physical experience. So when we get into January, the things we've garnished, first planting the seeds in Scorpio at 20 degrees in November, and then, sort of assessing my beliefs, deepening my connection to feeling foreign while I endeavor a more succinct alignment to my happiness. Then we start to put the bricks and mortar in this 20-degree Capricorn new moon in January. And then in February, we're going to see a new moon in Aquarius at that 20 degree. So there's even more liberation and independence. And then we'll see this in March, in the Pisces new moon, this is at 20 degrees, where we find that divinity within this. And then we're going to go into April, and Jupiter's going to come into the conjunction with Uranus, and wow, that's going to be very powerful. We'll be talking a lot about that as the months go on. So I just wanted to share this with you on the new moon this coming month, or this coming week, apologize. And I hope you like it. Again, my name is Teri Hunter. I am an intuitive astrologer. I am available for readings. If you're interested in getting one, just send me an email and I'll send you the information about my rates and what I have to offer. And please join me on Sunday mornings live at 11 a.m. Pacific time, where we do a tarot card and then an angel reading, and we get the angel's advice for traversing the transits in the week ahead. All right, everybody, please like, please subscribe, hit that notification bell so you'll know when new content comes out, and sending lots of love to you. Thanks so much. Have a great December new moon.